Classes, work, and other unavoidable attachments can make it difficult for us to study. Oftentimes, we're exhausted and drained by the end of the day, and can find it difficult to even begin. This is how I manage to study throughout the week, even with my busy hospital schedule. These are simply some general guidelines that I follow, and I hope you find them somewhat helpful. The first thing to keep in mind is that perfectionism is your enemy. Let go of the idea that you need to be in the perfect setting to study. Throughout my day, oftentimes I can find 5 or 10 minutes to spare. I take advantage of these free moments by making sure I have everything I need to study within my phone. I don't always have my laptop or iPad, but I almost always have my phone. So by making sure that I have my notes, question banks, and flashcards accessible within my device, I take full advantage of those free, fleeting minutes that can really add up at the end of the day. The quality of studying I get by doing this is most definitely not superior to that of studying within the confines of a library or your own room, but it is studying nonetheless, and doing something is almost always better than doing nothing. My second tip is to focus on how you're studying rather than the amount of time you spend studying. Sometimes you have more control over the quality of studying you're doing than you do your time. The ways I optimize my study sessions is by beginning with difficult tasks and topics first. If I feel like I have a good grasp on something, then there isn't much reason to go over it again when I'm tight on time. I would much prefer doing something more challenging. Additionally, I do lots and lots of practice questions. Rather than passively absorb information through videos and lectures, I use the majority of my free time to solve problems and actually see how much of something I know. If I do need to watch videos or lectures, then I tend to save them for the very end of the day, because they are low effort and not as daunting to me. My last tip is to wake up early. By getting some studying in first thing in the morning, you set yourself up for success. When I can get in an hour or two of studying before the hospital, I tend to want to keep that momentum going later in the evening. Using the Forest app and seeing how much studying I get done throughout the day has been a motivator for me to continue using my time productively. And if the day ends up being busier than I had intended, and I find that I cannot study during my evenings, then at least I got in some studying in the morning. These are my 3 simple tips, and I wish you the best of luck in your studies.